All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Tatum. I'm sorry for that delay. Like I said, Facebook made us do some changes while we're using StreamYard, so it wasn't working on my page. I would like to welcome everybody here. We will be covering several cases tonight. If you're out there, please let me know if you have any questions or if there's something you want to talk about. Feel free to discuss on cases. I just always ask people to please be respectful. We do have families that are in here and loved ones that are in here on several of our cases. We do have some updates on cases. I've been busy updating flyers, getting more information out there for you guys as well. Hi, Ellen. How are you? Hi, Jacqueline. Hope you guys are all doing well. And like I said, feel free to comment, share, and everything. If you're on the group page watching, I don't know how well I'll be able to see your guys' comments, but I will try to do the best I can with these new changes to see if I am able to see your guys' comments and everything. So I do want to, hi, Sue, how are you? And God bless you too. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with the case I share every week. I'm going to continue to share it. Like I said, there are some new developments in her case. However, we are not allowed by law enforcement to share those at this moment. But I do want to go ahead and continue to share Rebecca DeMarie's case. She's missing out of Odessa on March 1st of 2023. She was 32 years old at the time of her disappearance. She is now 33. 5'5", 190 pounds. She does have brown hair and hazel eyes. She does wear glasses and does have a mole on the left side of her neck. She always wears that gold necklace that you see there. That is a custom made necklace. Nobody else should have one like it. She does have both of her ears pierced as well as her tongue. She does have a history of seizures, and she had recently had one while she was in the hospital around the time of her disappearance. She has that tattoo of a flower on her left arm and a heart design on her right arm. Rebecca does go by the name Becca. Becca had last contact with her loved ones, which she always had contact with them on a daily basis, and not just once a day. Like, she would talk to her loved ones several times a day. And she last spoke to them on the phone on February 28th of 2023. She had called to see if she could get a ride from the hospital that day. However, her loved ones were out of town and they were not able to come pick her up. But it was known that she was seen leaving the hospital with someone that day. Becca's loved ones did text her the next day on March 1st of 2023. There's been no response from her. There's no activity on social media or any of her accounts. She has not been seen or heard from again. She was last seen wearing that long sleeve gray shirt and plaided hem that you see in the picture with the black pants and the gray athletic shoes with the white sole. She was carrying a black and teal backpack that you can see pictured there as well. She was last seen at approximately 3:50 a.m. in Southeast Odessa. Foul play is suspected in her case. If you have any information regarding Rebecca's disappearance or know her whereabouts, please call the Odessa, Texas Police Department at 432-335-4609. I will tell you guys that law enforcement agencies have been very active in her case. There are multiple agencies that are working on her case and stuff. And definitely, like I said, foul play is suspected. I'm sorry, that's Gideon. Foul play is suspected in her case, like I said. If anybody knows anything or had contact with her or saw her that day, or saw her with anybody, please reach out to law enforcement. You never know if you're going to hold a key to one of these cases that we do cover. Hi, Sharon. How are you? I'm glad you made it. Sorry to tell you last minute that I was doing the podcast. I am going to try to do the podcast on Thursday nights, you guys. I've just been extremely busy doing stuff, which is really no excuse. But hopefully, I think I've got my schedule in order that I'll be able to do it on Thursday nights for you guys. Like I said, I've been updating flyers. I have showed Danny Lee Gergerson before. He is missing out of Gallipolis, Ohio on February 28th of 2023. He was 50 at the time of his disappearance. He is now 51. 5'6", 184 pounds, blonde hair, and blue eyes. He was last seen at his home there in Gallipolis, Ohio. There's very little information on his case. If you have any information regarding Danny's disappearance or know his whereabouts, please call the Gala County, Ohio Sheriff's Office at 740-446-1221. I always find it sad that we have cases out there that there's just not a whole lot of information on. And I feel like sometimes if you can get more information out there, it could be helpful to being able to locate them. The next case that I am sharing today is the 30-year anniversary of Clashandra's Denise Hall missing. She went missing from Pine Bluff, Arkansas on May 9th, 1994. She was 18 years old at the time of her disappearance. She is now 48 years old. She's 5'8" tall and 120 pounds. She had brown hair, but she does wear hair extensions and has brown eyes. She has a surgical scar on the outside of her left knee, and her front teeth are slightly chipped. She does have her ears pierced with small stud earrings, and she does wear press-on nails. She does go by Clea. She was last seen wearing a two-piece short set with large navy polka dots on the shorts and navy stripes on the shirt, white socks, white sneakers, and a white bow-type ponytail holder. Her mother had called at approximately 8 p.m. to her after-school job on Fawcett Road in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, which was employed by Dr. Amos, who ran the business that supported an in-home daycare center, which she did the clerical work out of his home. She said she would call her back when she got off at 8:30. She normally always got rides from her family. However, her mother had fallen asleep and noticed that her daughter was not home at 1 a.m., and she had never called for a ride. When her mother called Dr. Amos, he said that she had left at 8:30 p.m. when her ride had arrived. It is reported that she told a coworker that she was going to walk home, which is out of the ordinary for her. She didn't have her purse, ID, money, or any extra clothes when she went missing. Police do not believe that she left on her own accord. She was a top-ranked student in her high school. She was looking forward to graduation and going to college. She had no history of being a runaway and never stayed out late without permission. Police searched her boyfriend's car and he did take a polygraph, which was inconclusive. Dr. Amos was questioned, however, refused the polygraph. In 2011, new information came out and a search warrant was issued for Dr. Amos's house. However, everything that was tested was negative according to reports. If you have any information regarding her disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call Pine Bluff, Arkansas Police Department at 874-730-2081. Yeah, I know. I've been talking to Katrina about that too. I'm trying to do mine later, but yeah, we're trying to work out the kinks as well. Thanks, Sharon. But yeah, Katrina Overstreet is with a missing struggle. I have shared some of her podcasts over. She did do one tonight. I haven't shared that one over yet, but she does a really, really great job with podcasts and getting information out, interviews with families, stuff like that. So the Missing Struggle, you guys, is a really good platform for you guys to get on, reaching out to her with your cases and stuff like that. She's a really good advocate. So definitely check her out. This next case is Byron Arthur Gravel. He has been missing for 18 years. He's missing out of Daytona Beach, Florida on February 14th of 2006. He was 25 at the time of his disappearance. He is now 43. 5'9", 150 pounds, brown hair and blue eyes. But he does dye a darker brown color. He does have a tattoo of an upside-down cross on his right cheek, spider webs on his elbows, and a middle finger with a whole hand on his forearm. He is a skilled tattoo artist, and he may have more tattoos, or he may have covered up and changed some of his tattoos. I think that's really important sometimes to bring up when I updated his flyer, because I have gotten a lot more information about his case. Knowing that people may have gotten rid of some of their tattoos, they may have covered up some of their tattoos, stuff like that. But I still think it's important to get that information out there. Byron may use the names Leo or Leonardo Gravel, or he may misspell his name as Brian, Bryan. He was last seen at 950 Bellevue Street in Kensington Gardens section of Daytona Beach, Florida on February 3rd of 2006. Prior to his disappearance, he did live a nomadic or homeless lifestyle. He is known to spend time in Kissimmee or Osage County, Florida, and different areas of Osceola County and Orange County in Florida. He had previously lived on Atlantis Drive in Opeka in 2004, on East Roland Street in Orlando in 2003, Brack Street in Kissimmee in 2002. The county boulevard was listed as his residence in 2006, but is unknown if he was really living there. He has been known to be living in homeless camps as well. There is a possibility he could have spent time in Broward County or Miami-Dade County. Byron has had no activity on his social media, and his social security has not been used for any type of unemployment. His driver's license has expired. If you have any information regarding Byron's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Daytona Beach, Florida Police Department at 386-671-5219. There also is a page for Byron that is out there that is looking for information. There's actually individuals they have on there that they are looking for. It was set up by Underground Mysteries. She does a lot of the undocumented missing persons cases as well as documented, because I believe Byron's his did start out as an undocumented not reported case. For whatever reason they were not able to do a report, but now there is an official missing persons report. I know that it is Finding Byron, I believe. I will try to get that underneath his flyer, because they are looking for individuals that may have known him during the time of his disappearance, or maybe they've talked to him recently or anything like that. So that page is set up to get information for anybody that may have known him around the time of his disappearance, after his disappearance, or even before his disappearance as well. I know that his family is very much looking for him. Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate that. Yeah, Katrina, she's amazing. All right. And Katrina's supposed to be on here. I don't know if she's on here yet. I am going to share her missing loved ones case tonight. I talked to her to see if she wanted some help getting her sister's case out there, and I wasn't quite for sure she's on there. So Katrina, if you're on there, please let me know, because I would like to share it while you're on the podcast, in case there's anything you would like to say. This next case is another case that I've updated. This is Diana Lynn Martin. She's missing out of Santa Fe, New Mexico on October 11th, 2015. She was 53 years old at the time of her disappearance. She's now 62. She was between 5'3" and 5'7" and 130 to 180 pounds. She did have gray or partially gray hair, but remember, a lot of us women like to dye our hair. So she may have her hair dyed back to like that blondish brown color that you guys see there. She does have hazel eyes. So she had left Desert Inn, which she had been living in since November 5th of 2006. She had left a lot of her belongings behind, and was last known contact was October 11th of 2015. Her case, again, has very little information. I'm going to keep trying to dig and see if I can find some more. If you have any information regarding Diana's disappearance or know her whereabouts, please call the Santa Fe, New Mexico Police Department at 505-428-3710. Again, if there's any family members out there that, will reach out to me, that we can get more information on some of these cases, I would love to get these cases more information out on their loved ones. This next case, again, is a case that I have shared before. Like I said, you guys, I'm trying to get a lot of flyers updated out there as well. This is James Henry Wilkins. He's missing out of Warren, Michigan on June 8, 2023. 27 years old at the time of his disappearance. He is now 28. 6 foot tall, 220 pounds, black hair, and brown eyes. He did at the time have collar length braids, a mustache, and a goatee. He does have multiple tattoos. He has Royale on his left neck, Ariel on his left chest, unknown side of forearm. He does have praying hands. Unknown forearm, he has Bart and Lisa Simpson on it. Right upper arm, he does have Feathers, Diane, and another unknown name on his wrist. Both are unknown which wrist that they're on. He was last known to be at his home in the Regency Club Apartments on Hayes Road in Warren, Michigan. His roommate alleges that James packed up and left. However, James left his dog behind, which is out of his character. He is known to be a devoted father, and like I said, is out of character for him not to have contact with his loved ones. The day of his disappearance, he had been in constant back and forth contact with others, and his last call had went out at 11:22 a.m. There has been no other contact or activity since. His phone has either been shut off or the battery has died. There is a tan 1999, as you can see in the picture, Mercury Sable station wagon with a license plate number EPR 6700 that is suspected to be involved in his disappearance. His roommate was the last person allegedly to see him. Foul play is suspected. There is a $2,500 reward. If anybody has any information regarding James' disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call 911 or the Warren, Michigan Police Department at 586-574-4700. Or you can also call Crime Stoppers at 800-SPEAK-UP. Okay, thank you, Sharon. I appreciate that. All right. This next case is a case out of Wisconsin. Lashkia Equinet Hill. She is missing from Racine, Wisconsin, March 26th of 2023. She was 45 years old at the time of her disappearance. She is now 47. 5'1", 168 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. She is fine. Let's see. She has a piercing in her dimple that you can see there in that picture on both of her cheeks. She has a tattoo, Little Raymond, on her left side of her cheek, tribal design on her right side of her neck, and 2 dice on her right wrist. Shiki on her right forearm, Almighty on her left forearm, and Lavere on her center of her chest. She was last seen wearing a blonde wig, white pants, and carrying a black purse with gold rhinestones at her home at 10:45 p.m. when she was picked up by an unknown male acquaintance. She was driven to a residence in the 1300 block of Douglas Avenue in Racine, Wisconsin. She has never been seen or heard from since. If you have any information regarding her disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Racine, Wisconsin Police Department at 262-886-2300. This next case is Dennis Henry Penner. He's missing out of Gainesville, Florida on August 6, 2023. He was 30 years old at the time of his disappearance. He is now 31. 6 foot to 6'2", 160 to 180 pounds. He does have red auburn hair and green eyes. He does have a scar on his left hip/upper leg region. He walked with a noted limp and wears an aesthetic in his left shoe. He has a reddish blonde goatee. He does have multiple tattoos. I do have 3 of them pictured up there for you. He does have that eagle on his left arm, a koi fish on his left bicep, a Latin woman on his thigh, a small robot on his other thigh, a sword/knife on his arm, a ship with a rose on his shoulder, a flapper woman's head on his thigh, and a robot with the initials CL on his left thigh. He was last seen wearing gray pants and black Nike shoes with white soles at his family's home in Gainesville, Florida on August 6, 2023. His red 2014 Subaru Impreza hatchback with Florida license plate number IQ33XX that expires in 2024 was later located on Alligator Alley near I-75 mile marker 49 at the end of a field near a Native American reservation. A recipient from the Muskogee Service Station, 75 was found in his vehicle when it was located on 47801 West State Road 84 in Okeechobee, Florida. His car was unlocked with his phone and several personal belongings. However, his wallet/ID have not been located. Police have searched that area and have been unsuccessful to locate him. If you have any information regarding Dennis's disappearance or know his whereabouts, please call the Alachua County, Florida Sheriff's Office at 352-367-4000 or the Florida Missing Persons Clearinghouse at 888-356-4774. This is Lauren A. Wilholt. She is missing out of Melrose Park, Illinois on December 30th, 2022. She was 30 years old at the time of her disappearance. She's now 32, 5'6", 120 pounds, brown hair, and green eyes. She does have a broken or missing front teeth. She does wear her hair in braids sometimes. She does have that tattoo of a heart on her face below her left eye and a Chinese symbol on her stomach. She was last seen leaving her home on Palmer Drive in Melrose Park, Illinois, early morning of December 31st, 2022. However, police were able to positively identify her to have been at a location in the 3000 block of North Manham in Franklin Park after she had left her home. She was last seen wearing a green, black, and tan camouflage sweatshirt, which is pictured there in that picture of her, and wearing clear framed sunglasses. Lauren could be heading to Chicago or Franklin Park, Illinois. There's a possibility that she was seen in Indianapolis early in April of 2023, but that has never been confirmed or ruled out. She could be in the surrounding states as well. It is not like her not to be active on her social media or not to make contact with anyone. Family is concerned for her safety and her well-being. If you have any information regarding Lauren's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Cook County, Illinois Sheriff's Department at 312-603-6444. Okay, thank you, Sharon. I appreciate that. I'll keep going. All right. The next case is Michael Messmore. He's missing out of Lancaster, Ohio on August 21st, 2023. He was 44 years old at the time of his disappearance. He is now 45. 5'9", 160 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. He does have tattoos on his arm. He had walked outside of his home at Cattail Road in Pleasantville, Ohio, and never returned, and his cell phone has either been turned off or it has not been charged. He did not leave with his car or his money. This is out of his character for him not to have contact with his family or to leave and not return home. He is the sole provider of his family. His loved ones are concerned for his safety and well-being. There has been searches that have been conducted and they have not been able to locate him. There is a reward being offered for any information leading to his whereabouts. If you have any information regarding Michael's whereabouts, please call the Fairfield County, Ohio Sheriff's Office at 740-652-7300. This is another case out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. This is Nina Anderson. She was 36 years old at the time of her disappearance, and she is now 38. She went missing on February 19th of 2023. She's 5'5", 156 pounds, brown hair, and green eyes. She was last seen leaving her residence at the 800 block of Minnesota Street. She was wearing a dark sweatshirt, black yoga pants, and had a light blue and pink colored purse. There is a $10,000 reward being offered. If you have any information regarding Nina's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Oshkosh, Wisconsin Police Department at 920-236-5700. This next case, I updated. I have been in contact with their family and trying to keep his story out there. This is Remus Yazzie. He went missing from Farmington, New Mexico on January 5th, 2022. He was 29 years old at the time of his disappearance. He is now 32. 6 foot tall, 220 pounds, black hair, and brown eyes. He does have a tattoo on his left side of his neck that is Skate and Destroy that you can see there. And snooping on top of his house is on his right forearm. He is enrolled in the Navajo Nation. He had been released from the hospital due to him and another person had been in an accident. And he had texted his mom possibly the same day or the day before the accident from somebody else's phone, possibly maybe a girl he was seeing, but loved ones do not know her name and they have never met her. The text said that he was going to a funeral in Gallup, New Mexico on January 5th, 2022. The last time family had physically seen him was New Year's Eve in the early New Year's Eve morning of 2022. There has not been no further contact with him since that text on January 5th, 2022. This is out of his character for him not to have any contact with any loved ones. He does not have a phone or an ID on him. He has not been active on any social media. Remus is known to frequent Brookside Park and Farmington Park and enjoys skateboarding. There have been multiple searches for Remus. In one search, a partial body part, a hand, was located and confirmed to be Remus's. He is still considered missing. So one thing I want to say, yes, law enforcement, they found his hand. However, law enforcement and the family believe that there is still a possibility that he is still alive. And I just really want to point that out because they wanted, when I'm sharing this, to really point that out. Just because they located his hand does not mean that he cannot still be alive. So family and law enforcement both are still considered him missing, still considered that he can still be alive. If you have any information regarding Remus's disappearance or know his whereabouts, please call the Farmington, New Mexico Police Department at 505-599-1071. All right, the next case is Samuel E. Williams. He is missing out of Louisville, Kentucky on February 10th of 2023. He was 19 years old at the time of his disappearance. He is now 21. 5'10" to 5'11", 120 to 125 pounds, brown hair, and blue eyes. He was last seen wearing a gray jacket, a blue pullover shirt, black sweatpants, and black Nike shoes, size 11, on surveillance camera climbing over the rail of the Big Four Bridge. Later that day, his vehicle was located with his identification and personal papers. If you have any information regarding Samuel's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Louisville, Kentucky Metro Police Department at 502-574-7111. This case is Santiago Lloyd Munoz Hizar. He is missing out of Oakland, California on February 9th, 2023. He was 26 years old at the time of his disappearance. He's now 27. 6 foot to 6'1", 375 to 400 pounds, sandy blonde or brown hair and blue eyes. He does wear glasses. He does have lung conditions that makes it difficult for him to breathe. He is on the autism spectrum with intellectual and cognitive delays. He had last left his home near the Oakland Zoo in the late afternoon of February 3rd, 2023. It is reported that he may have left with someone he had met on a video game, which would be, considered like on the internet. None of his family members have heard from him. He does have a cell phone. He may have traveled out of the state. There has been an update that he was last known to be in Columbus, Ohio in May of 2023, according to law enforcement. He is a high-risk missing persons. If you have any information regarding Santiago's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call 911 or the Oakland, California Police Department at 510-238-3641. This next case I have updated. This is Sean Thomas Byron. He is missing out of Evanston, Illinois on February 10th, 2023. He was 27 years old at the time of his disappearance. He is now 28. 6'1", 175 to 190 pounds. He has brown hair and brown eyes. He had a short beard and a mustache. He does have bushy eyebrows. He may go by the name John Byrne or John from Indiana or Tyler. He does struggle with mental health issues, and it is reported that he may have suffered a psychological break as he was about to fly home. Sean was last seen wearing either a black t-shirt or a light gray long sleeve t-shirt, gray athletic shorts or pants, black socks and black tennis shoes or Allbirds slip-on shoes. He may have a backpack with him and a white face mask. He was last seen leaving the Reagan National Airport, where he was supposed to be flying home around 7:40 p.m. It is reported that his family thinks he may be the individual on a video of a person who is allegedly trying to carjack two people on the I-395. As far as I know, that's never been confirmed that it's him, but family does believe that could have been possibly him. If you have any information regarding Sean's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Evanston, Illinois Police Department at 847-866-5000. The next case is Tiffany Reed. She is missing out of Shiprock, New Mexico on May 7th, 2004. She was 16 years old at the time of her disappearance. She's now 36. 5'3", 115 pounds, black hair, and brown eyes. Tiffany does have a scar under her right eye and a scar from a cigarette burn on her arm. Her nickname is KC, and she is enrolled in the Navajo Nation. She was last seen leaving her home heading to the Shiprock Northwest High School around 8:20 a.m. However, she never arrived. She was carrying a black backpack and a purse with KC on it. Tiffany had been missing for a week before her mom did report her missing. Her makeup bag was found at the base of the Calzua Mountains near Sweetwater, Arizona. There were other items of clothing in the area as well. However, none of them were ever positively identified as Tiffany's. If you have any information regarding Tiffany's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Navajo, New Mexico Department of Public Safety at 505-368-1350. And I don't think Katrina was able to get on, so I am going to go ahead and share her loved one. All right, this is Kaya Annette Taylor. She's missing out of Plant City, Florida on February 6, 2020. She was 28 years old at the time of her disappearance. She is now 32. 5'6", 170 pounds, red auburn hair, and she does have brown eyes. Her hair at the time was below her shoulders. She does dye her hair often. She has scars on the insides of her forearms and a scar on her right upper arm. Her tattoo of an infinity sign on her upper chest, a sun on her upper thigh, 2 X's on her upper shoulder, a ladybug on her lower leg, and a rose on her inner lower arm. And those are the pictures of her actual tattoos. So she was last seen dropping off her boyfriend off at a friend's house near Cowart Road at 4 p.m. Her black 2-door Toyota Solara that had faded paint was found unlocked, doors open, and running on the railroad tracks at East Trapnell Road, just west of Jap Tucker Road, which was about a mile from the boyfriend's friend's house. Her phone was on the ground and her wallet was left inside her car. 3 weeks after her disappearance, her shoes were found on a drainage pipe near the road where her car had been abandoned, next to a telephone pole that her missing persons flyer was on. It is believed that someone put them there after her disappearance deliberately. She has not been seen or heard from since, which is very much out of her character. It is reported that she would never have left without letting someone know and not to have contact with her loved ones. Foul play is suspected in her case. There is a $10,000 reward. If there's anybody has information regarding Kaya's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Hillsborough County, Florida Sheriff's Office at 813-247-8200. Just one thing that I want to say on our case, just very, very suspect on her case. We have multiple cases out there where their vehicles are found. The doors are open. The car is still running or ran out of gas. This just screams, foul play. Like I said, her sister and her family miss her. They are very big advocates keeping her story out there. Please check out The Missing Truth. Her sister covers her case a lot. Also, I know in that area, there are a lot of missing people from like the Plant City area and stuff like that. I don't know how much help they're getting from law enforcement or anything like that, but please share her flyer. Like I said, that is a new flyer that I'm helping out Kaya's family get her story out there more and everything. I wish that her sister was on here that could maybe give you guys more information than what we got put on the flyer. So the last case that I'm going to cover is a case that I cover every week and have some new stuff on this. So this is Dana Jane Bruce. She is missing out of Sedalia, Missouri on October 4th, 2008. She is 23 years old at the time of her disappearance. She is now 38 years old, 5'2", 98 pounds, brown hair. At the time, her hair did have highlights in it, and it was shoulder length, and it was wavy with bangs. She does have green, hazel colored eyes, and she is blind in her left eye. She has both of her ears pierced. She does have a 2-inch scar along her lower spine and a staple scar on her right shoulder. She does have that tattoo that you see pictured there in her upper left arm of a teddy bear with wings and the banner with the name Dylan. She was last seen wearing a black shirt with the word Rebel on the front with silver lettering and blue jeans, leaving her children's babysitter's home, which she had came back because she had went out this night to go celebrate the anniversary at Malone's Barn on May Street with a young man. So she had been out to the bar. She came back to the babysitter's home around 11:30 that her and a young man that she was hanging out with at the bar that was driving a late model red Ford F-150 truck came back to give the babysitter some more money and had asked the babysitter if they would continue to watch the kids overnight because she wanted to stay out a little bit later and didn't want to pick up her kids and wake them up with her coming in late. Police had identified the man that she had been last seen with the night she disappeared. He had traveled to arrested on unrelated charges of marijuana possession and driving on a suspended license. He has never been named publicly, but police are calling him a person of interest. He has said that him and Dana parted ways after they had left the bar and he had never seen her again. Dana had left all of her belongings behind, doesn't have a bank account, credit cards, phone, or vehicle. It is unknown if she had her ID on her at the time. She is known to be a devoted mother that would have never left or abandoned her children. Foul play is suspected in her disappearance and a reward is being offered. If you have any information regarding Dana's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Sedalia, Missouri Police Department at 660-826-8100. So now I want to cover a little bit more about Dana's case. So people are trying to say that the guy from Atlanta is not a person of interest anymore. That is false information. He has never been cleared. Also, she was seen with several different individuals that night, as well as this gentleman. She was seen leaving in a red Ford F-150 truck with 2 people. Also, there are 7 individuals that were with her that after the bar, they had went to another location. Out of those 7 people, there are people that are talking about the case and what actually happened to Dana that night. People are talking, but some curious information that I really find interesting is why out of these 7 individuals, why would you check out a book of how to dispose of body, but also start asking about pig farms in the local area? These kind of things that are coming have been out and coming out even more in her investigation is highly suspect. Like I said, one of these 7 individuals did check out a book on how to dispose of a body. Also, this group of individuals were looking for locations of pig farms in the area. It's just highly suspect that you don't know something. And again, Dana's case, to know Dana, the day that she disappeared, she had just signed a lease for a new place for her and her children. There are people that are saying that she's left on her own accord. However, there is no proof that she's ever left. There are no documents of she's worked anywhere. There's been no movement on her Social Security. There's been no movement on her phone. There's been no social media. There's been no proof that anything has happened after she disappeared on that night. The other thing that I want to point out is there have been some people, and like I said, you guys always have to be careful who gets involved in your case, because there are people that want to make up their own theories. They want to say their own things. The one thing that I really want to point out with Dana, because this has went out in social media, she was a devoted mother to her children. Very devoted. This is the one time that she went out since her children were basically born to go out and have a night out on her own. And for individuals to say, well, if she would have just went home instead of giving that babysitter some more money, she would be alive today. That to me is victim blaming. That's terrible. You know, her children see these podcasts and information on her. Um, you know, you have to think about the people that are watching these. You know, people are saying stuff to fit whatever narrative that they want. But I will tell you that I know for a fact that Dana was devoted to her children. She would have never left those kids behind, ever. She would have never, you know, why would you sign a lease if you're not planning on following through with it? Makes no sense. You know, does an adult have a right to go out for the night? Absolutely. Do people have a right to hold information that they know exactly what happened to Dana that night? No, you really don't have a right. So again, I will tell these 7 individuals because yes, I do know every one of your names. I do know the guy's name from Atlanta. I do know a lot more about this case than most people know. I cannot release a lot of information, but one of your people, maybe multiple people, actually, to tell you the truth, in this group of 7 people is talking. It is a matter of time. It's been almost 16 years since Dana disappeared. Her children have a right to know where their mother is. They have a right to know so they can process, grieve, be reunited, whatever, with their children. So at this point, for the ones that are out there watching the podcast, I'm never going to stop talking about Dana's case. I'm always going to try to find the truth in her case. And again, people are putting out false information. It is not true. Dana would have never left on her own. And her kids need to know that. Her kids need to know that she would have never left them behind, ever. There's not one person that can say that would be telling the truth. So the truth is going to come out. I do feel like her case is getting closer and closer. And people, like I said, do need to start doing the right thing, because I don't know how people live knowing that they have information that can help one of these missing people come home. You're most welcome, Ellen, and I will continue to do that. I appreciate all of you guys for viewing and stuff. Like I said, I'll talk to Katrina so we're not overlapping, because I like to watch Katrina's podcast, The Missing Truth. I recommend you guys all to go out there. Also, like with some of these cases that I'm helping out with or covering and stuff, we are working on different outlets and stuff. So if we get good results, I definitely want to let you guys know to get a broader perspective and out there with your cases as well. Again, if there's any cases that you guys want covered, please let me know. If you guys are family members and you do have family pages set up for your missing loved one, please share them out on Guardian or send them to me and I can get them shared out. Never judge a book by the cover, and don't put stuff out there that isn't true and can be very harmful to the loved ones. Because like I said, there's some loved ones, like I said, Dana's case is 60 years old. Hall's case is 30 years old. You never know. They just found a lady alive, 25. She was missing for 25 years. She went missing when she was 14 years old. They just found her alive. So, you know, never give up hope that your loved one could still be alive, you know. But also for the people that are out there that know information, you know what happened to an individual, you can be anonymous. You know, just if, I don't know, I feel like if you're tough enough to cause someone to disappear or cause harm to someone, you should be tough enough to own up to that. And I'm going to continue to speak out on that. People deserve to have a right to know what has happened to their loved ones. And they deserve to know the truth, you know, especially kids. I just have no tolerance for people that are going to blatantly lie to someone's children about what happened to their parent. Have no tolerance, and you can only hide for so long. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you so much for being here. Sharon Parker is an amazing advocate too. She will share any flyer anywhere. Ellen, like I said, Ellen too has a family member that's missing, and she shares flyers all the time. And that's one thing that's great about a lot of the families that are on here and loved ones. They don't just advocate and be a voice for their missing loved ones. They are an advocate for all the missing. And I just think it's wonderful. Jacqueline, you are most welcome. Her case too. Somebody knows something about her. And yeah, please let her mom know that I covered it. And her mom's always welcome to be in contact with me. If there's anything I need to change, please let me know or to add. And absolutely, Rochelle Hammond. Actually, I haven't told everybody, I am going to start showing her flyer weekly for her mother. Hers is a case that her mom does an amazing job sharing her and stuff. And I've been asked to cover it. I have flyers out for her, but that's another case, concerned if she could be possibly trafficked, taken, without her permission, stuff like that. It's just a case that I feel passionate about, and I want to get more information out there for her. Maria Murray. I'll have to look her up. I don't know if I've ever seen her case. Jacqueline, if you want, you can text me or whatever, if you have any information, but is that out of Arkansas as well? Just let me know, get me that information. And Sharon, thank you so much. I know you're amazing. Like I said, there are some really, really amazing groups out there to share your loved ones with. Missing Persons Alerts, Allison, she has a page in all 50. I am an admin for that as well. We've got Saoirse, she does like Oregon, Washington, Idaho. All these guys are really, really good. Sharon, I can't even think of all of the really good ones that are out there. But like I said, please be careful who you're sharing information with, and who you associate with your cases, because people could be damaging. Some people are just out here for the glory. I'm not out here for the glory. I'm out here to support you guys and help find your missing loved one. Okay, New Hampshire. I'll look her up. Thank you, Jacqueline. I'll look her up, and I'll try to get a flyer done for next week. I'm going to try to do another FBI cases. I've had it ready forever. I just haven't had the time, which I do apologize to all the families, because I've gotten busy and I don't like it, because I'd rather be doing this. But let me know if there's anything I can help out on your guys' cases. I wish you guys all the best. You guys are always in my prayers. I hope you guys have a great night, and God bless.